thank you for joining us for the outdoor portion of the concert. We're going to make it short and sweet, and we're going to be starting off with Trills and Chills, who are an a cappella group based out of my voice studio in Medfield that are from all surrounding towns in Medfield, and we're happy to be here tonight.
The fireplace is burning bright, shining all on me. I see the presents underneath the good old Christmas tree. And I wait all night till Santa comes to wake me from my dreams. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me. I see the children play outside like angels in the snow, while Mom and Daddy share a kiss under the mistletoe. And we'll cherish all these simple things wherever we may be. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me. I've got this Christmas song in my heart. I've got the candles glowing in the door. I'm hanging all the stockings by the Christmas tree. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me. I listen for the thud of reindeer walking on the roof as I fall asleep to lullaby. The morning's coming soon. The only gift I'll ever need is the joy of family. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me. I've got this Christmas song in my heart. I've got the candles glowing in the door. I'm hanging all the stockings by the Christmas tree. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me. I've got this Christmas song in my heart. I've got the candles glowing in the dark. And then for years to come we'll always know one thing. That's the love that Christmas can bring. Oh, why? 'Cause that's Christmas to me.
And next up, I'm going to invite the First Parish Unitarian Universalist Choir. Our connection to this concert is that Lowell Mason, who was born in Medfield, was actually the music director at First Parish Unitarian Universalist Church when he was a teenager, when he was only 17 years old. So we're happy to be here performing, and it's so nice to see everyone and be here live this year again.
Celebrate with joyful voice and gladly sing Noel. Let all people now rejoice and gladly sing Noel. Noel, sing Noel, let your voice resound with gladness. Noel, sing Noel, let the earth be void of sadness. Celebrate and gladly sing Noel. Let all people now rejoice and gladly sing Noel. Noel, sing Noel, let your voice resound with gladness. Noel, sing Noel, let the earth be void of sadness. Good people now rejoice with heart and soul and voice. Be ye glad this festive day, and sing this joyous roundelay. Let the music swell, and sing we all Noel. Good people now rejoice with heart and soul and voice. Be ye glad this festive day, and sing this joyous roundelay. Let the music swell, voice resound with gladness. Noel, sing Noel, let the earth be void of sadness.
Celebrate, we
Celebrate and sing Noel, 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 Noel. Pen, pat a pen, pat a pen, pat a pen, pat a
Really
pen,
take your little drum, Robin, bring your flute and come. Play the instruments to play. Ru-ru-ru-ru, pat-a-pat-a-pan. Play the instruments to play. Make a joyful holiday.
When the men of olden days gave the King of Kings their praise, they had instruments to play. Choo-ra-loo-ra-loo, pat-a-pat-a-pan. They had instruments to play for this festive Christmas day. Pat-a-pan, 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 hey. 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 Willie, take your little drum, Robin, bring your flute and come. May the instruments you play. Pat-a-pat-a-pan, may the instruments you play make a joyful holiday. Willie, take your little drum, Robin, bring your flute and come. Pat-a-pan, pat-a-pan, make a joyful pat-a-pat-a-pan. Choo-ra-loo-ra-loo, pat-a-pat-a-pan, instruments you play. Pat-a-pan, 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 pat-a-pan. Choo-ra-loo-ra-loo, choo-ra-loo-ra-loo, hey, pat-a-pan.
And thank you for braving the cold. This is our last outdoor performance, and you are welcome to head back inside and enjoy the rest of the program after.
May our hallelujahs, when spoken and heard, be heartfelt thanks to thee, dear Lord, and not just lovely words. And may each passing moment till the ending of our days be filled to overflowing with our never-ending praise. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia.
Before I welcome everyone, I say, Tom, that's a great trick. Maybe I should use that. Make all the parishioners stand outside, and it'll make the church seem that much warmer when they come in.
You get that for free, Father.
Okay, thank you. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Father Steve Zukas. I'm the pastor here at St. Edward the Confessor Church here in Medfield, and I'd like to welcome you to the annual Lowell Mason House concert. The mission of the Lowell Mason House is to preserve, restore, promote Lowell Mason's birthplace here in Medfield as a significant historical and educational resource. Lowell Mason is best known not only for being considered the father of music education in America's schools, but also the father of American church music. He was born in 1792 to parents who recognized his gift for music early on and who encouraged his love of music. At age 13, Lowell Mason learned to play several instruments and began composing songs. At age 18, his musical talents were so advanced that he was named music director at the Unitarian Universalist Church on North Street. In addition to serving as the first music superintendent for Boston Public Schools, Lowell Mason also served as music director at numerous churches. His overall philosophy of music and music education was to advance moral development and humanity. Lowell Mason especially believed in the power of singing to create community within the church while also uniting the human to the divine. Through his efforts, including writing and publishing of hundreds of hymns through the Handel and Haydn Society, Lowell Mason changed the nature of American church music. And he did so in the same fashion as his work as a music education pioneer. I'd like to introduce now Jerry Kazajian. Jerry will speak for a few minutes on how music creates community. Jerry's a St. Edward parishioner who has lived in Medfield for 43 years. He spent 36 years as Holliston Public School band director, actively engaged in the State Music Educator Association, and earning numerous recognition and awards, including the Lowell Mason Award for Music Education. Since retiring from Holliston, Jerry has continued to pursue music by volunteering with buglers across America, performing taps for military funerals. He is also a member of the Tune Timers Band, which performs at senior centers and assisted living centers in the area. In addition to his musical resume, Jerry has been involved with the Boy Scouts of America for 45 years, starting out as a youth member, advancing through the ranks to district executive, and his current role as unit commissioner for Medfield Scouts. He has also received numerous awards for his work in scouting. So Jerry, if you would come up, please.
Get out your pencils and a notebook. There'll be a test at the end. Tonight's topic is how music brings people together. If we think back in time to the Middle Ages, when the only music was sacred church music, and people had no songs to bring joy, along came a bard like Alan a Dale of Robin Hood fame. He and other traveling minstrels went from town to town and sang songs of heroic deeds and battles, and brought the news to the people in the community. They would gather in the local pub and listen to the songs of fair young maidens and brave knights. Special ceremonies, weddings, harvest celebrations, all were reasons to come together, and it was the music that joined the community. During World War I, Irving Berlin wrote many songs to unite the war effort. Over There, Oh How I Hate to Get Up in the Morning, and others. These songs helped to unify the country to support our soldiers. During the Roaring '20s, jazz and speakeasies were prominent, and people danced and listened to the new kind of music. Even during the Depression in the '30s, music helped cheer up a nation in turmoil. Woody Guthrie sang songs of hope and encouragement. This Land Is Your Land and Dust Bowl Blues are just two. When the United States entered World War II, President Roosevelt asked Kate Smith to come up with a new song to lift the spirits of the people. Now I see a lot of young people saying, "Who's Kate Smith?" She was a very popular singer on radio. She was large of stature and had a very powerful voice. There was no television back then, so families would gather around the radio to listen to news broadcasts and music from the New York studios. Kate Smith went to her friend, songwriter Irving Berlin, and asked him for help. He said he had a song in his files that he wrote at the end of World War I that was never released. The following week, Kate Smith premiered a new song on radio. The song was God Bless America. Music brought the country together again. The power of music cannot be denied. There is ample evidence of how music adds vibrancy to communities, engages the brain, strengthens the sense of belonging and connection with others, and possibly boosts the physical and emotional health of older adult participants. Music engages the senses, ignites creativity and imagination. Outdoor music events bring groups together to spontaneously interact, socialize, and have fun. Music can lure people of all ages and cultures, children and youth, adults, seniors, families, community groups, and the like. The Memo Summer Concert Series at the Gazebo uptown is a perfect example of that. Families coming together to enjoy a warm summer evening of music and fun. Thoughtfully planned and well-executed outdoor music performances can benefit the whole community. I now perform with the Toontimers, a 10-piece band of senior citizens. I'm 76 years old, and a few of the musicians are even in their 80s, and now one is 90. We perform every Friday afternoon at the Holliston Senior Center and other venues as they come about, including the Senior Center here in Medfield. People come not only to listen to the music, but they enjoy dancing and being with friends. What better way to build community? As a music educator, I encourage all young musicians to continue their performing even after high school and college. The opportunities to perform in community orchestras and bands in the Metro West area are numerous, and perhaps they may want to form their own band or string ensemble to perform for community events. There is also the possibility to become a professional musician and making music your livelihood. I have many former students who have gone on to become music educators and also professional musicians. Two of my most famous students are country singer and Grammy Award winner Jody Messina and trumpeter with the Boston Brass, Jeff Connor. The Boston Brass have performed in all 50 states and 30 countries. Last Wednesday evening, I had the pleasure of attending a performance of the Boston Brass in Framingham, and tomorrow they'll be in Rockport, bringing the community together again. The concert's sold out. To quote the philosopher Plato, music is a moral law. It gives soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and charm and gaiety to life and to everything. It is music that has brought us together tonight. Whether we are a performer or a listener, we appreciate the camaraderie that music brings to an audience. So now join me as we sit back and enjoy tonight's performances. Our first group to perform is the Medfield High School Chamber Strings Ensemble.
I counted in 4, full measure 4, and then 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Too much is weird.
Thank you, Chamber Strings. Oh dear. Next, Jerry Potts will perform an original composition once we sort out the microphone. Thank you so much.
How's everyone doing? Good? How many went to the stroll? Amazing? God bless Gene Mineo, right? Y'all hear that? Cool. Okay. The snow falls quietly, gently, covering the faded browns and greens from a fall that now recedes. The moonlight draws the shadows and the naked branches traced on the glistening frosted snow in this quiet winter space. The beauty of the winter on this cold December night, I can see it in the distance, a small tree draped in lights. And that tree feels like a beacon that guides my journey home, a winter-weary traveler alone. It's Christmas Eve and circumstances kept me far away, but soon I will be home again, not sure how long I can stay. And I ache to feel the comfort and peace of journey's end, surrounded by my ones I love, my family and my friends. The beauty of the winter on this cold December night, I can see it in the distance, a small tree draped in lights. And that tree feels like a beacon that guides my journey home, a winter-weary traveler alone. The years have taught me not to let this precious time go to waste, to celebrate the journey, transcend challenges we face. The promise of peace and love realized on Christmas morn, that helps to keep our hopes alive, our faith and souls reborn. The beauty of the winter on this cold December night, I can see it in the distance, a small tree draped in lights. And that tree seems like a beacon that guides my journey home, a winter-weary traveler alone. A weary winter traveler alone. A weary winter traveler alone. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Every year during the holiday concert, we always invite some of the outstanding performers who performed during the tree lighting, which occurred just last night. And tonight we have a handful of young people who have agreed to perform again. So this is the second bite at the apple for them. The first performer, a soloist with guitar, is Annie Fratellillo. Annie?
I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green dear. If you're not here with me, and when those blue snowflakes start falling, that's when those blue memories start calling. You'll be doing alright with your Christmas of white, but I'll have a blue, blue Christmas. And when those blue snowflakes start falling, that's when those blue memories start calling. You'll be doing alright with your Christmas of white, but I'll have a blue Christmas.
Thank you, Andy. Next, we have Sophia and Lowell who will be singing. Sophia?
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white.
Thank you, Sophia. And lastly, we have a duet. And the duet is comprised of Ava Morrison and Laura Nardelli. Ladies?
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Take a look at the 5 and 10. It's glistening once again, with candy canes and silver lanes aglow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Toys in every store, but the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door. A pair of hot boots and a pistol that shoots us a wish of Barney and Ben. Dolls that'll talk and won't go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. There's a tree in the Grand Hotel, one in the park as well. It's the sturdy kind that doesn't mind the snow. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Soon the bells will start, and the thing that'll make 'em ring is the carols that you sing right within your heart. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Sorry. Oh my God.
What's wrong with you? Okay, ready? But the prettiest sight to see is a holly. Laura, stop. You know what?
You just did it.
Laura. But the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your road front door. Sure, it's Christmas once more.
Girls, we've all been there, trust me. So that was great. It really was. And thank you to the Memo outstanding performers. And I have to say that they are part of the best part of this concert every year. And they really validate why music and music education is so important to us all, especially to our children. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tom Scotti, and I will be giving the update on the Lowell Mason House. This year, the Lowell Mason House celebrated many important milestones for which we are extremely grateful. In 2021, we celebrated 10 years since the Lowell Mason House moved to its present location. It was moved from Adams Street to Green Street there at Hinkley Pond. This year, we received our first significant bequest from the estate of Barbara Allen, and we completed electric, sewer, water, and gas connections to the house. We are now in the process of engaging an architect and structural engineer to help us obtain town permitting in advance of starting the remaining renovations. The Lowell Mason House Board has established how we will use every room in the house. These uses include meeting space, a collections room. For instance, we have items belonging to Lowell Mason donated to us by the Mason family, including his personal Bible. There will be music practice rooms for individuals and small ensembles. Also, there are plans for a conference meeting room that can accommodate up to 15 people, which will be open to the community at large. But the Lowell Mason House is much more than a building. We support the following programs for music education advocacy: music scholarships at Medfield High School, summer memo and winter holiday concerts here in Medfield, music education advocacy competitions for lesson plans, and program proposals advocating the importance of music education in our schools. These competitions are at a national level. If you go to our website, you can learn more about these competitions. We would like the saved historical treasure of Medfield to become a functional facility to further promote music in our schools and music in our lives. We believe that Lowell Mason, the father of American school music education and a pioneer in American sacred music, would be proud to see his Medfield birthplace supporting the cause that he loved so much. But to do that, we need your help. Your gift, no matter how large or small, can become the gift of music to a child, to a senior citizen, to a member of our community, and beyond. You can make a donation by going to our website, lowellmasonhouse.net. You'll notice on your program there's a QR code in the back of the program which will take you to our website where you can learn more about the Lowell Mason House and also make a donation. There are also donor cards available here at the concert. You'll notice they are there at the entrance. And in the foyer here at the church, there's also other materials which give you further information on the Lowell Mason House. Thank you for your consideration, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the concert. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ian Kazarjian as our next performer. Ian. Thank you, Ian. Next performer this evening is John Castillo. And those of you at St. Edward's who are parishioners perhaps have heard him sing in the past at different masses. So it is a real distinct pleasure that he will perform for us this evening. Wow. So next, our final indoor performer is classical pianist David McGrory. David. Thank you, David. That was beautiful. Before I excuse you all to reassemble outdoors for our last choral performances with the Troublemakers of Montrose School, I do want to mention that David was very kind enough to donate a number of his CDs for sale at the ticket desk. There's some CDs there of his performances, as well as some Low Mason House note cards. $10 for the CDs, $5 for the note cards if you're at all interested. This concludes the indoor portion of our program. Again, there are so many people to thank between the performers, Kristen Q. Potts, Eva Kendrick, Father Steve, Paul Hogan, Rob Pecora, our camera person. Without all of this help, none of this could have happened. So again, I thank everyone for their patience with the unusual structure of this concert, indoor, outdoor, indoor. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and let's hope that 2022 is a wonderful year. Please assemble for the outdoor sing-along and the Troublemakers. Thanks again.
Thank you.
we'd like to invite everyone to sing Joy to the World.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the earth, the Savior reigns. Let them their songs employ. While fields and floods, rocks, hills, and plains repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy. He rules the world with truth and grace, and makes the nations prove the glories of his righteousness, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love.